Mandy Evill here, founder from the Infinite Mind Company and performance, success and mindset coach. So I've had a few people have asked me, why do I do what I do? And I thought, well, that's a really great question. And it got me thinking, why do I do what I do? And sometimes that's quite an easy question to answer. It's like, yeah, because I love helping people. But I wanted to dig a little bit deeper into that. Like, really, why do I do what I do? So I started to look back on my own career journey, if you like. And one of the things that I noticed for myself is that, one, I'm quite entrepreneurial. I have quite an entrepreneurial spirit. So I've started a few businesses in the past when I was very much younger. I've done lots of different things, if you like. But there was a couple of themes that ran through my career history. One is definitely love business, and I love starting projects and business and then usually handing them over. And the second thing was absolutely helping people. And it's really interesting because I speak to an awful lot of people, and so many people, when I say to them, I always ask this question, because this was Bob Proctor, my mentor, his strapline was, tell me what you want and I'll show you how to get it. So one of the questions I always ask my clients before they start working with me is like, what do you want? Like, really, what do you want? Like, don't look at your circumstances, just tell me what you truly want. What's your heart's desire? And there's two things that always come up. The first is, often some people will say financial freedom, there's a list of their wants. But the second thing, and sometimes it's the first and then the second, or the second and the first, but pretty much everybody will say to me, I want to help people. And it's such an intrinsic desire in so many of us. We want, we're herd, I guess, as humans, we're herd animals, if you like. And we take care of each other. We concern ourselves with other people. We want to help. It's like an innate thing inside of us that we want to help other people. And so sort of looking back on my career history, if you like, and the things that I've done, that's what I've done. I've always, I love business, so it's always a lot of it has been about business and improvement and getting better and taking things to another level. And the second thing is completely, how can I help? How can I help somebody better? How can I help them improve their lives? And how can I help them improve their business? So that's been a fundamental principle, perhaps, that I've lived with. And it was really great to look back and see how that has played out in my career history, if you like. And I know that, so when, 6 years ago, I had the very, very, very fortunate opportunity to work with Bob Proctor right alongside him, become one of his consultants. I'm one of his top UK consultant now. And that has actually completely transformed not just my life and this business that I have, but also how I see myself as helping people now. So previously I've helped in different ways. I've always helped people to make more of themselves, if you like, and become more. And when I had my consulting business, it was all about transformation. So transforming processes and systems and transforming cells and teams into being able to deliver better services. And I did that for 15 years. And then I really and I loved it, absolutely loved it. I don't think I've ever done anything I haven't loved doing. I really don't think I've been in that position. So I've always done stuff that I've really felt passionate about, and I've loved doing it. And then, but I knew I got to this point that I knew I could do more, and I knew I could be more and have more, that kind of stuff. And that's when I fell into the trap that everybody falls into. 9 times out of 10, people fall into this trap. I worked harder, and I worked harder and harder and harder and harder until finally I burnt out. And I said, enough's enough, I can't do this anymore. I'm stopping. So I closed my business down. I was pretty much a solopreneur at the time, but I closed it down and I stopped dead, like just stopped, said that's it. And it was really interesting because I had no idea what to do next, hadn't got a clue. But what I knew is I couldn't keep doing what I was doing because I wasn't getting anywhere. I wasn't making progress. And that's another innate thing in all human beings. We want to make progress, yeah? And I'm sure you feel that. We want to make progress. So I just stopped and said enough, jumped out the boat and said, I'm done. And it was then, I didn't know what I wanted to do. No idea. I've got lots of skills. I'd created businesses before. I'd done loads of stuff, but I actually didn't know what to do. I really didn't. And it was a real crossroads for me. That was 6 years ago, real crossroads for me. And that's when I came upon the opportunity to work with Bob Proctor. And it was Bob that taught me why I was working harder to achieve more. And of course, one of the things that we teach now here at the Infinite Mind is that you don't need to work harder to achieve more. In fact, it's the very opposite almost. But when you understand how your mind works, because all our results come from our mind. And again, this is something that I hadn't really grasped, and I'd done, 17 years worth of personal development. I learned transcendental meditation when I was 21 years old. So despite all of that, I still got stuck. So I feel totally blessed, totally fortunate that I met Bob. And he's gone now, bless him. He passed over about 4 weeks ago now. So that changed me, changed the course of my life as well, and created this company. I started off as a solopreneur, and we've now got a company, we've got people on staff, and we're expanding all the time. But why I do what I do is because I now know, I'm going to use a word that you're going to say, yeah, we know what that means, the secret. But it is a secret, and it's not a secret, and it's not Rhonda Byrne's secret. But I now understand fully, deeply, experientially what it is that holds most people back, because it held me back. And that's our conditioned behavior, the way that we see the world, the way that we operate, the way that we think. And everything comes from our mind, everything. And despite all the personal development I'd done, I hadn't grasped that. And I'd made some leaps and bounds with my life, but I still plateaued. And I didn't really know the fundamental source of how we achieve what we achieve. And now I know that. So I teach it. And it's Bob's teaching. I still teach Bob's teaching. We've created a few programs of myself, but fundamentally, it's Bob still teaching. And I just believe now our motto for the company, the Infinite Mind Company, is that everyone deserves to be living their best life. Everyone. Nobody left out. Everyone deserves to be living their best life. And that's what we do now. That's what we do here. We show people how to live your best life. So your best life's not my best life. Your best life is very unique to you. But actually, when you understand how your mind works, like deeply understand how your mind works and experience that, you can do it over and over and over and over and over again. You can just keep creating, because we're born creators. Again, so many things that I hadn't learnt in my, over 20 years of personal development now. But in the early days, so much I didn't understand and didn't really grasp, or didn't live from either. I wasn't taught it. I was taught some things which got me to a certain plateau. But actually, this stuff's not rocket science. How we create what we want in our life, it ain't rocket science. It's truly not rocket science. Anybody can achieve what they want to achieve. Now you might say, well, are you achieving what you want to achieve? Well, I have, but I'm not finished, nowhere near finished. But what I've learned is how to keep applying. Does that mean I'm always going up? Well, sometimes I have some downs because, you know, it's how it is sometimes. So we go up and down, up and down, up and down. But the trajectory is this way. The understanding, the appreciation of who I am now. I get who I am. I get what I have the ability to do. I get my infinite potential. And it is infinite, so there is no end. There is no end. It's a journey. All the way, it's a journey. We gather things and we gather experiences and we gather achievements on the way. So, you know, 6 years ago, I just started out on my own. Previous to that, in all my consulting work, I was just on my own. You know, I thought I was a business, but it was just me. And now we're developing a company. You know, we've got people on staff, we've got teams. And I want to make that bigger yet. You know, it's definitely not where I want to be. And we've got there's more to go. But what I understand now, and which is why I do what I do, is that I can help people see who they are, bring that to the surface, that infinite potential, that the stuff in here that we haven't even released. I've got stuff in here I haven't released yet as well. But now I've got the tools and the techniques to let this out and get bigger and better. And and that's really, it's really important. So that's why I do what I do, because for me, it's the missing jigsaw. Bob taught me the missing jigsaw piece. He taught me why I got stuck. And now knowing why I got stuck, I got the tools and the understanding to never get stuck again, ever. So we keep moving forward. Yeah, I go down blind alleys. I'm going to make mistakes. Of course we do all that. I'm going to do all that, of course. And I do. But the fundamental principle of how our mind works is the key. It's not about staying positive. Do we want to be positive? Yes, of course we do. But there's so much more inside of that, so much more. That's why positive people don't always get what they want. Okay, so there's so much more. So teaching this to others is what I love doing. And as I teach, I learn more about me. You know, as I grow this business, I learn more about me. I learn more about life. it was 2 years ago, 20 months ago, to be fair, 21 months ago, I started a foundation. And the foundation is something that I had wanted to do, 9 years, must have been 9 years, never really got off the ground. I knew exactly what I wanted, but it never really got off the ground. And we did that 2 years ago. I found my two perfect partners for that. We've launched the foundation both in the UK and the US, and we deliver. This is why it's so passionate for me. This is why this is it. We deliver this material to young people in Africa, young disadvantaged kids in Africa, so that they can begin to release and see more of their potential. In fact, we've just sponsored our first person into university following doing this mindset program. He was just floating about doing absolutely zilch, nothing. He'd been lived in an orphanage all his life, had done nothing with his life, absolutely nothing. So that's what we do with our foundation now. And that, for me, that's my legacy, that my company will be my legacy. The legacy is out there with people. I mean, if you think about Bob Proctor, he must have touched millions and millions and millions of lives. Millions of lives. And whether I touch as many lives as he's touched, who knows? But I know that I do this, and it's not I do this because, as I said, our strapline is everybody deserves to be living their best life. Everybody. Whoever you are, wherever you are, everybody deserves to be living their best life. If people feel that they're not living, then there's more to them. That's where I was. There's more. I've got more inside me yet. That's what we do. Show you how to release that more of you, because it's all there. It's all there waiting for you. So that's what we do. So guys, that's why I do what I do. Totally love it. Just love it. It gives me pleasure. I help others. And I believe everyone should be living their best life, 100%. So that's why I do what I do. So before I go, guys, if you would like to make a donation to our foundation, where we teach young Africans in different countries how to use their mind, this little jigsaw piece, the missing jigsaw piece, it's what we do. We teach young Africans how to use their mind to bring more of them to the surface so they too can be living their best life. So guys, if you want to make a donation, there'll be a link either below or above this video. And yeah, that would be great if you'd do that. Thank you so much. Until next time, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.